Now that we've done some graphics in the background, I also want my player to be a graphic, but I also want it to be animated. This is, of course, one of the things that is very common in games is that the player, as they move left or right, something is changing about them. Usually they're walking, and so you can see some kind of walking motion. So you can either make your own animations, or you can download some from the internet. I'll show you one place where you can get that, which is Universal Sprite Sheet Generator. And that brings up this website where you can have lots of different options that you can choose: male, female, teen, child, and it will update, what you see in the preview. Okay, muscular, and so on. This website is rather slow. I guess, is this muscular? Anyways, and then you can give them, skin color is different. So maybe I want a green one. And then you can change other options. Wheelchair, tails. Let's give them a tail. Fluffy wolf tail. Different colors. Let's say gold. Okay, and let's give them wings as well. Sure, why not? Dragonfly wings, that sounds good. And we can, oops, what happened? Something like that. Okay, now they have wings. And we can give them some kind of, ears. Dragon ears, sure. Okay, now they have dragon ears. Let's give some clothing here. What do we want? Armor? Maybe plate armor would be nice, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking good. And we'll give some pants. Pantaloons. Maybe some purple ones. That's looking pretty good, actually. Anyways, yeah, you could spend a long time with it, but let's go with that. So, actually, I'm just gonna remove the wings. It makes it a little bit hard to see. No wings. Okay, I'm gonna remove the tail too. No tail. Okay, there we go. So once you're done, what we can do is export single sheet image sprite sheet. That sounds like what we want. Downloaded here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to game folder and let's do a top down, because this sprite sheet that we created is, you could use it for a platformer, you just use the left and right, but let's go top down because that is a little bit more complicated. And so if you can do top down, you should have no problem doing platformer. And so let's go with that. So we'll take a copy of our top down. And we'll rename it as what are we at? 16 Animated Sprite. And we'll open that up. First thing that we need to do is bring in that sprite sheet that we just generated. So I'll go to my downloads here. And where is it? Right here. And you can see if I double click on it, in fact, there it is. So what we can do is our player, we're going to get rid of our sprite 2D, delete node sprite 2D, yes, and I'm going to create a new child called animated sprite 2D. Here it is. So in the animated sprite 2D node in the inspector, we're going to open up animation. And we're going to take a look at sprite frames, and we're going to choose new sprite frames. And then we're going to click on new sprite frames. And that's going to bring us this panel at the bottom, the animation panel. We're going to click on add animation, which is this one right here. And so it has the default. Now we have the new animation. We're going to rename that as left. Okay, so this is our left animation. So I'm going to select my left animation. Okay, it's currently selected. I'm going to choose this one, which looks like a little grid. It's add frames from sprite sheet. Click on that. And there's my sprite sheet right there. Let's open that up. And there is my one that I created just a moment ago. I need to split up my sprite sheet. And so I'm going to use the values to adjust. So as we saw in the tile maps, you can kind of change how this is being divided. Okay. I happen to know, because I counted, the longest one, which is, I guess it must be this. Doesn't get any longer than that, yeah. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I counted 13 of these things. So horizontal is 13. And you can see that each one is like kind of framed nicely. And vertically, I counted all of these, and there is actually 54. So we go 54, and now we see, oops, 54, yep. And now we see that each one is framed very nicely. Excellent. So now that they're all in their own little square, we've cut up this sprite sheet very well. And so I'm looking for the one where this person is walking left. And so I believe that's going to be this one right here. So I'm just going to select those frames and add 9 frames. Yeah. And so there we are. There they are. And I can press play. And there you can see that that person is walking. I'm just going to make our collision shape invisible for now so you can see it more easily. And so basically, the computer is displaying each of these pictures one by one, and it gives the illusion that this person is walking to the left. If you want this person to walk faster, the speed is right here. FPS stands for frames per second, which is the speed, and we can adjust that higher. And so you can see that if I go up to like 30, it's walking very fast. And if I go down to like say 2, it really is walking slow. So whatever it was on, 5 I think, seems pretty good. I could probably go up to say maybe 8 or something. Anyways, you decide how fast you want it to go. That's it. So we're going to repeat the process. For this was for left. We're going to do right, up, and down. So let's make an add animation. Rename it as right. Click on this sprite sheet, add frames from sprite sheet icon. And we want this one. And this time I want the right ones. It's already remembered the settings from before, so it's all divided into the proper squares. In which one are they walking right? Looks like this one. And add those frames. And let's play that animation. Looks pretty good. It looks like I have to set the FPS. I think in the left one, if I click on left, it was 8. So I'll just make it consistent. And there we go, walking left. Up and down, same process. This one looks a little bit odd to me. Looks like the 0 one is not quite right. So I'm just going to delete the 0 one. And so now it looks fine. Wonder if any of the other ones have that problem. Let me just try deleting the 0 here and see if it changes the way it looks. Maybe? Yeah, I think maybe that 0 one is not meant to be there. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, and one more to add, which is the down. Walking down is this. Gonna leave off the first one because of that problem that we had. And let's see if it works. Looks pretty good. And then default is going to be idle. Hopefully there's an idle. Let's check the sprite sheet thing. Idle. Which one looks idle? Probably this, I would say. Add 3 frames. No, I don't want that one. I want these two. Play. Sure. Maybe it's a little fast. Yeah, I would say 3 for this one. I don't know. Like I said, it's up to you. If you have other actions that you want, you can take a look at the sprite sheet. They have jumping and swinging a weapon and doing some kind of exercise. Whatever you want to do. I'm just going to keep it with the walking for now. And let's make it walk in the code. And so I'm going to go to my scripts. And we're going to go player.gd. So depending on what action I pressed is what I want, which animation that I want to play. So after is action pressed left, I'm going to play the left animation. So we're going to get our animated sprite here. Okay. Dot play brackets, and then I want left. And then we're going to repeat that for all the other ones, except we're going to change which animation plays. Looking pretty good. Alright, so that is using animated sprites. That's all for this tutorial. See you in the next one.